we are back for chapter 2 of the parent agency. So let's get started. Chapter 2. But that was just the start of Barry's bad day. It got worse later when he was trying to talk to his dad after tea. So I thought maybe on my birthday, next Saturday when I wake up, it would be good if waiting outside was Aston Martin DB6, Barry was saying, in between forkfuls of Asda low sugar, low salt baked beans on jacket potato. And Aston Martin? Write that down, Guinea. Writing it down, Kay. Barry carried on looking at his dad. He had chosen not to recognize his younger twin sisters, but he often snuck a glance at his dad's Daily or Sunday Express, as he knew that James Bond would have to be aware of when dangerous stuff were happening in the world, and he had read that some countries did these to other ones. He had called that Iran, for example, did not recognize Israel, calling it instead. His dad had read this phrase out for him, the Zionist entity, which made it sound as all villainous, like Spectre, the secret world-controlling gang in James Bond. So similarly, he did not call his 8-year-old twin sisters Guinea or Kay, but the sister entity, or TSC for short. He did, however, out of the corner of his eye, catch them doing that sarcastic thing that they did, where one of them, Barry didn't separate the TSC into two, as that was recognizing that they existed, but if he had to, he would refer them as sisterly entities 1 and 2, would pretend to write down something he said as if it was really important, which of course was their way of saying it wasn't important at all, but I really hated it when they did that. So Dad, on our birthday, can you take us somewhere in a Rolls Royce, which you can keep in the garage next to Aston Martin, said sisterly entity 1. Ha ha ha, laughed sisterly entity 2, who was still running her index finger across her palm as part of the pretending to write down stupid stuff that Barry says mine. Yes, well, they're not that expensive to hire. I checked online, said Barry, trying as much as possible not to look at them. And then maybe you can have like a tuxedo ready for me to wear and a cake with 7 on it. And all my friends can dress as James Bond villains, and maybe you can have the film soundtrack playing, and you, Dad, can be Q, showing me gadgets like a jetpack and a pen that's actually a gun. And sorry, Barry, what? His dad put down his Sunday Express. Weren't you listening, Dad? Barry, please don't say Dad like that. Like what? Like when you give it 2 syllables and go right down on the second one, on the ad. This was Barry's mum speaking. Barry looked over, but couldn't see her because, as usual, she was speaking from behind the dishwasher. As far as Barry could tell, Susan Burnett spent her whole non-working life loading or unloading the dishwasher. Days would go by when he never saw her, but only heard her voice in between the clanking plates and saucepans. I don't do that, said Barry. Yeah, chorused sisterly entity. Barry's mom and dad both laughed at that. His dad did that laugh, which was also half a cough, and Barry could hear his mom high-pitched giggle. Don't laugh at that, said Barry, annoyed at having to acknowledge something said by the sisterly entity. It's not even funny. It was quite funny, said his mum, still not coming up from behind the dishwasher. All Barry could see, in fact, was her collection of egg timers. She had them in every color of the rainbow, sitting above the dishwasher on the kitchen counter. You do make me laugh, you two girls. Excuse me, said Barry, feeling he wanted to stamp his foot, but he couldn't because his feet still didn't quite stretch to the floor from his chair. Didn't anyone hear what I was saying? Write that down, Guinea. Well, I would care, but I couldn't actually hear anything. Oh yes, you're right. I thought I heard someone say something, but it must have been the dustbin man shouting in the street. Barry pulled a face at the sisterly entity, then felt annoyed at himself as he realized that this meant that he was in effect recognizing them. But it still made him feel better, until the sisterly entity once said, "Write that down, Guinea. I'm a really stupid looking boy. said Sisterly Entity 2, moving her finger slowly across her palm. Like and subscribe, and come back next time if you want to see Chapter 2 of The Parent Agency.